What's up, Arctic fans? This is Nick, and as you're probably aware, we got some very exciting news today. That is right, the full patch notes are out for the upcoming PWIPE that's going to happen on the 1st of January. So let's go ahead and just take a look at those patch notes and see what kind of enhancements and changes we can look forward to. To get there, all you got to do is go to the mud.arctic.org website, click on News, and then right here at the very top, we can see a PWIPE announcement, patch notes, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Let's take a look and dig into this. So I'm not going to read this, hopefully I'm not going to read this word for word. I guess we'll see how excited I get as we as we dig into this. I'm just going to kind of go through and highlight some of the big changes, stuff that I'm excited for. Obviously, everybody's going to have different opinions on what they think is the biggest change or what they're most excited about. But I'm just going to run through this. That way, you can at least see some of the stuff to expect once you log in on the 1st of January. So let's go ahead and take a look. So first off, most important thing is when can we log back in? And it looks like that is going to be at 8 p.m. UTC. Oh, what's the conversion for that? I think that is a 6-hour swing for the time zone that I am in. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check that, obviously. So make sure you calculate that for yourself. I think that's going to be 2 o'clock p.m. my time, which is Central Standard Time. So, most important thing right there. Let's go ahead and see what kind of changes we have, though. So under general changes, PvP damage set to 75%. Vault alchemy changes. Here we go. I like that change. The shout cooldown timer has been reduced by half, so I can annoy people double the time I used to be able to. So that's a nice bonus. This is awesome. After an item has been lured, its stats can always be viewed with the inspector examine commands. I don't know how many times I've lured something, only to the next day when I log back in, forget what it did, and then lure it again and waste another 250 coins. So that is a nice little addition right there. A good QOL, quality of life addition. Lured items no longer show timer. This is interesting as well. Lured items will now show bash mod values. So like anything that has a bash mod is probably going to be a sought after item. Systat command will display bonus events. We'll skip by that. Players affected by sustenance will still be able to eat and drink. I see that coming in handy, probably for barbarians. So if a druid, as a druid, you can cast sustenance on other players so they don't need to eat and drink. But I'm guessing that probably, I don't know if there's any other classes it would affect, but a barbarian may not be able to drink their alcohol then. They could still sip it, so I wouldn't think that would affect them. I'm not sure where that is where that comes into play, but it is a change. Skip by those. XP and ranks. Let's take a look at this because I just made a rank video that's going to be actually coming out. Oh, my dog says hi. I made a rank video that's coming out on Saturday, so hopefully this didn't change stuff too much because I'm not remaking it. But let's see here. So the base XP table has been reduced by holy smokes by 20 million, all at level 30. Well, that'll make getting to 1x a lot easier. So once you hit level 30, you got to get to 1x, or that's, once you get to 1x, you can't score any more XP. So that's 20 million shaved off of that. That's pretty nice. That'll make reincarnating a little bit easier. The rank XP table has been reformulated, primarily at rank 31 and beyond, to allow for increased rank cap. Very cool. Rank cap, or the rank level cap pre-reincarnation, has been increased to a much larger number, although it will be difficult to achieve max rank. All right, fair enough. Oh, here's something. The rank command now displays the player's current rank. I think in my video I showed you that actually is underneath the score right now, so that'll be a different change. I did show you the rank command as well, so it looks like you'll be able to see all that information in one place, which is nice. And another bonus, you don't have to travel all the way to Solus. I think there were 3 locations, but I wasn't sure if the other 2 were actually active. Because I only ever talk to the rank merchant in Solus, which you'll know once you watch that other video. So it's nice to see that they are appearing in other towns now. Reincarnation. Since a lot of my A lot of my viewers are probably newer. I'm not going to dive too much into this right here because you gotta get leveled up first before you can reincarnate. It looks like they just changed a couple of things here. Actually, quite a few changes as I skim through this. That's an interesting one right there. So now when you reincarnate, you get it looks like at 1, 3, and 5 it's -1 to saving spell, and then for 2 and 4 it's save poison. Saw that up above, less experience required for each reincarnation, which is huge. Oh, look at this. All right, so I guess I am going to talk about reincarnation. Rank purchases and legendary status will not be removed by reincarnating. That is huge right there. And skill progress will not be lost upon reincarnating. Also awesome. By the rest of that, looks like races. Few changes there. I'll let you read the race information depending on which race you decide to play. Plans and strongholds. We've got a few changes here. So this isn't for any newbies. This isn't going to matter too much for you until you get until you join a clan. That's when this will affect you. So clans can create strongholds, which I briefly touched on in the exploring new areas and walking to plant this video. So go ahead and give that a read. It looks like there's some cool stuff going on there. Unity and metals. Actually, something just caught my eye. What was the city portal? New assets. So it looks like there's a general store, city portal, 1 per stronghold max. So I'm guessing that just gives you a portal to a city. I don't know, usually when I clan up, I usually still rent in the town that, that I like to be in. I don't know why. This is interesting though. So I'm gonna assume that there wasn't that this didn't exist before. So it looks like that to me. That's telling me that there's gonna be a city portal, so I could actually rent in the stronghold, and then go to the city that I like to usually start in. So that's pretty cool. And any of you veterans can correct me if I'm wrong on any of that, and I guess we'll see once we log in. I did see this briefly, or I heard rumblings about this. If any of you are in the Discord channel, it is just lit up with people talking about this right now. So this is a very big deal for anybody that plays Arctic. Everybody's talking about all these patch notes right now. And I saw this in there, and this is amazing. I was going to make a video on it, so I missed out on a video opportunity, but that's fine because I will take a in-game tick timer anytime, any day. And I mean, you can tweak the tick timer so it's pretty darn accurate, but every once in a while it gets a little out of sync. I'm guessing the in-game one is always gonna be spot on. So that is pretty sweet right there. Kudos to the staff for implementing that. That is awesome. Help files. What does this have to say? So after much debate, we've decided to pull back the curtain just a little more on player help files. Ooh. Where needed, each spell and skill has received a new detail section describing the ability. Awesome. So not every spell or skill receives this, but many did. The new help file details will not disclose exact mechanics or any detailed values, but players should now have a more clear idea on what their abilities affect or do. So that is actually really cool right there. So it's yeah, a lot of times you'll find that as you're getting familiar with Arctic, there's a lot of information that's kind of hidden to you, and you don't exactly know the exact 100% how things work. So it looks like they're kind of like peeling back the curtains just a little more, so that way we have a little more information. So the more information, the merrier. To go along with this change, we've also added help flags to aid in understanding of spells, skills, and ranks purchased by players. Okay, so very cool. That's going to be something I'm definitely going to be taking a look at once I'm able to log in here. Um, also heard about this. This is we're just going to go ahead and read this whole section because this has me super excited. Nearly 5,000 new items have been created and added to the game as part of the supplementary gear and weapons system. Oh, can't wait for this. These new items can load on various monsters across the game. Some items are class specific, and others can be used by all. I have a little bit of whiskey slur going on right now. For celebratory reasons, obviously. The item stats are randomized and draw from a wide range of possibilities, so that is very cool as well. A little RNG going on. The strength of stats and number of stats applied to these items is primarily determined by the difficulty of the monster and a certain amount of luck. So I mean, this is just cool to me. I love RNG stuff. Um, what Destiny, when everything was RNG on there for loads, I absolutely loved it. Just the chance of getting that like god item, and that's kind of what this is making me think of right here. So obviously you can get the item drops in lower level zones. It sounds like, but they just aren't going to have as many stats. Aren't going to be quite as shiny as if you go into like the high elite zones and start finding those items there. While these items are rare, they are unlimited, and every zone in the game can load some of the items. Very cool. So all you newbies out there running around in the solo sewers, make sure you're checking corpses. Who knows what you're going to find now. This is a fairly complex system. Expect us to be turning knobs and dials. All right, fair enough. Excuse me. Zones and creation. Won't jump too much into that. I did show in one of the videos coming out this weekend help area, so you'll be able to see the new zone information there. Oh, what is this? All right, I say I'm not going to talk about something, and then something catches my eye. Some inns which had been deactivated have been reactivated, so that's a bonus. So it looks like there's going to be more places to rent, more recoup rooms, so make sure you're looking for those. I know I've mentioned that in numerous videos. Theros has learned how to repair items which he creates, also nice. Skip by some of that stuff. Let's see here. What do we got under spells and skills? So most spell loads, book spell combinations, and mini load locations have changed for every guild. Okay, so changing things up there means I need to relearn where everything loads. So that's fine. It's changed numerous times over the wipes. Expect to see some old book names from the 90s resurface. Oh, I don't know if I would remember any. I guess we'll find out. I've definitely been playing since the 90s. I'll be curious to see what the names are, just to see if it jogs any memories. It's pretty cobwebby up there in the old brain, so we'll see. Dot spells will no longer engage the caster. That's cool. Skip that stuff there. I think for the spells and skills notes related to the guild, I'm just going to let you guys read that. I don't want to read this word for word. I am going to check the Dark Knight stuff though, just because I am a Dark Knight junkie. Let's see if doesn't look like too many changes for him. Yeah, that's a good change. That's definitely a good change. It really sucks when you're the prime tank and one of your casters is getting beat on and you try to rescue, you fail to rescue, and then you have to wait. There's a little bit of built-in lag rescue if you fail. So higher chance of success is always a bonus. Oh, this is nice too. New dragon rank added for water breath, so that is sweet. I always leave my dragon behind if I'm in an underwater zone, because he doesn't have water breath. So I'll summon him in for like a hard fight or something, or if I need him to tank, and then as soon as I do what I need to do and I leave the room, he's stuck there until I summon him again. So that's a nice bonus. Fixed a bug with Nightfall. Again, definitely make sure that you're read through these word for word in your once you have a few minutes, and just check, make sure there's nothing that I'm skipping over, because I'm just doing a quick review here. I wanted to get something out there for people to at least look at and just make them aware. I'm making myself late for a little for some D&D action, but it's totally worth it for this, because this is good information here. I just wanted to get some of this out there for people to look at. We'll scroll through nice and slow, or scroll through nice and slow. That way you can pause the video if you want and read some of this. Otherwise, just head over to the website. Looks like there's a whole bunch of changes for Shaman here. All right, so what do we got here? Various bug fixes, fixed hundreds of bugs and typos. That's good. Uh-oh. Fixed a number of issues causing game crashes. That means I might not see my name as often. One of my characters' names is Crashlark, and that's usually listed as the reason for the game going down. When it crashes, the reason is Crashlark. All right, what else we got going on here? Went through the entire ideas list. 7 years worth. Wowzer. Implemented the ones we like. Very cool. All right, so I set up at the top that the most important piece of the release notes was when we could log in again. I'm actually going to change that statement and say that this is the most important piece right here. We wouldn't have this awesome game to experience if it wasn't for the staff that puts in all this hard work for free, mind you. So thank you. Shout out to everybody, all the content creators, everybody that's helping me make this game the game that it is for the last 25 years. So thank you everyone for all that you do. And I think that is, yeah, that is the end of the notes. So we'll go ahead and keep it short. You know that the notes or that the release notes are out there, so go check them out. If you have any questions, toss it down below. Otherwise, I will see you on January 1st.